Hello everyone. For this video I'm gonna do a basic watercolor background. I've already colored the background using three shades of blue from my Koh-i-Noor Mondeluz set. And I've gone from dark to light. So the important thing is, first of all, is to have something underneath your page to protect the paper, the next page of your book. Oh, by the way, I'm doing this book, Mermaids, Fairies and Other Girls of Whimsy by Hannah Lynn. And this is my mermaid, yeah. But, so, the important thing, the paper underneath your page. And also, when you're doing a watercolor background, it's important to have a book that with good quality paper. Unfortunately, this is not the case in this one. It's not a very good quality paper, but I've decided to have a go at it anyway. So, okay, so once you've applied your color, and this is important as well, when you do the background with the watercolor pencil, you have to make sure that it's very well colored. I mean, lots of pigment there, because when you apply the water, the pigment will come up, yeah, and the colors will be much more bright. If you do like a wishy-washy background, it's not gonna be good at all. So unless you want your background to be very, very faint, very light. All right, so here we go. I have this brush, but if you don't have this kind of brush, doesn't matter, you can use any other brush, but this one is good because it's got like an edge, so you can reach the very corner of the page. And the important thing also is not to keep charging the brush with water all the time, because you see, of course it's gonna wrinkle the page because you're applying water to it, but you don't want it to be all wrinkled and difficult to work with, right? So it has to be a little bit slow. Once again, requires patience. I'm not gonna bother with the bubbles because I'm gonna color them later. The bubbles, I mean, the watercolor background is also good because you can come back to it and add, I don't know, shadows, or if you want to draw anything on top of it, it will work. It will still work. So this is very easy, very basic steps to doing a watercolor background. Let me go to this bit, to this edge of the page. There was something here, I don't know what it was. Anyway, okay, so the page is all wrinkled now. I'm gonna wait a little bit to go back, but you can see how easy it is to work with watercolor pencils. Now, another thing, don't keep rubbing your brush back and forth, because you might ruin the paper, yeah, and nobody would like that, of course. If it's a bit if it's not smooth, once it's dry, you can come back to it and color again with your dried pencil. Right? When we are doing small areas, very small areas, like these parts here, of course you're gonna need a smaller brush. So you just very carefully go over the areas. You don't need much water, as you can see. The color comes up nicely with just a bit of water. You don't need to keep burying your brush in the water. Yeah, you keep going like that. Now it's time to when you're doing it, you're gonna feel when the brush needs water, because it won't slide anymore, it won't run smoothly on the page anymore. Let me see if we can get to a part when it happens. And you can go like here, for example. You see the brush is almost dry, so I need to put some water again. There you go. So don't keep damping your brush in water unless you feel like now again. Every time you feel that the brush is not running smoothly on the page, then you damp your brush again. I'm not too much bothered with the kind of, how can I say, oh my god, don't know the word. When the colors are not very smooth, because it's water anyway, and like I said, you can always come back with a pencil and correct your mistakes or the areas you want to make look better. Alright, I'm gonna show you the page is not dry yet, but I'm gonna show you that once this is dry, the wrinkles will disappear. And it's always good, once it's dry, to close the book, put something heavy on top of it and leave it. Alright, well, I hope you have enjoyed it, and see you again soon. Bye bye.